Welcome back to Shemsuniverse. So today, guys, we're going to discuss the attitude number 8. So now we're into the section of the attitude numbers where we're on to higher vibrations. There's certain subsections within numerology that I want to make sure you guys are aware of. The first one would be the heavenly triad. I'm going to discuss it more in tomorrow's video discussing the 9. But 3, 6, and 9 are very strong for manifestation. They're very strong numbers. Nikola Tesla brought them up a lot, and they're just known in the ancient Vedic times as being very powerful numbers for a reason. So when you have a lot of these numbers in your chart, you need to look out for them and understand that you have the ability to instantly manifest what you want, as long as you follow the proper mantras and the proper pattern recognition that's requiring you to. 7, 8, and 9 is another subsection. When we leave the numbers 1 to 6, that's more of the material and physical realm. When you get to 7, it's all about spirituality, 8's all about wisdom and fortitude, and then 9's all about ideologies. So I just want to make sure you guys understand that as the numbers go up in sequence, there's actually harder levels to them as well. They make you more powerful, but they also make it, I would say, a little bit harder to master. But when you do master them, you are in a whole other section. You become more powerful than the general populace. And the most powerful subsection is, of course, 11, 22, and 33, which everybody pretty much knows about. Those are the master numbers. And there's a reason that they're given that double charge energy, but they also have double charge problems. And that's the thing. That's what actually makes us powerful, is the problems that we overcome along the way. I bring all this up because the number 8 is the king of problems. So we have number 8 now, which of course brings forth mental fortitude, that foresight, the ability to be a visionary and see things through. You're going to be viewed as that if you have an attitude number of 8. You're going to be viewed as that person that's like a hawk that can look over a terrain and see everything that's happening. And you have a great idea of competence that you exude through your aura. Whether this is true or not is up to you, but it's something that you definitely do have, and I'd recommend using it to your advantage. The number 8 is the number, of course, that represents Saturn, and Saturn is all about perseverance, slow, steady movement. It's a dry planet, very cold, inert, but very enigmatic, competent, and somewhat evil as well. Having this as your aura can be complicated because it gives you a sense of being sort of better than others, and it may rub them in a good or a bad way. If you're dealing with the opposite sex, that could be an attraction sort of thing. If you're dealing with family and other loved ones, that could lead to opposition, especially when somebody feels that they need to be in control of you. And then with just general populace making friends, it could be good, but they'll probably view you, when they first meet you especially, as somebody who's meant to be the leader, as somebody who's meant to show them what to do, or somebody who has that $1 billion dream. Just because you have the sort of the money Midas touch to you. You kind of have that attitude where you're meant to have money. So it's a very positive thing. But it can affect everybody in a very different way, which I'm about to go over. So if you have like a life path 1 and an attitude number of 8, very, very powerful. This works amazing. They're in opposition. The Sun and Saturn. Sun is the king of light. Saturn is the king or queen of darkness. And with that comes some problems because, of course, the Sun wants to be center of attention, very powerful, robust. You have a life path of 1. That's what you're meant to do. With the attitude number of 8, the energies work very well if you're following that life path. If you're following the life path of becoming the best, of making the most money, of having the nicest car in the street, of having the biggest house, the attitude number is going to work perfectly because it's just going to match up with who you are. So life path 1 and 8, perfect. When we get to life path 2, this gets a little more complicated. Life path 2 and master number 11 are very sensitive numbers. They're numbers that are very intuitive. They're governed by the moon and, of course, by the sun as well with 11. But the master of them is the moon. And with that lunar energy, it's in a very big opposition with Saturn because Saturn's very cold, whereas the moon is all about the water. It's very emotional. So when we mix these two, you get somebody who may appear to be cold, cynical, and sort of somebody who, when you first meet them, just seems indestructible. But if you say the wrong words to them, they could very well end up crying. Like it's somebody who is soft on the inside, and they actually can't handle what the 8 may attract. I'm not saying 2s or 11s are weak, but what I'm saying is that the aura that they're giving off might be different from who they really are. So if you have this life path 2 or 11, my recommendation would be just to be more open and vulnerable with people so that they understand that you're not this cold, unorthodox person who doesn't want to have good personal relations or want to be treated a certain way. Just make sure that you are open with your emotions and that you do show them that you do have that soft side as well, just to make sure that the 8 gets mitigated right there and people don't start treating you like how they would treat a regular 8 person. For life path 3 with attitude number 8, this works quite well. Life path 3, just so you guys are aware, I brought this up before, is the most stress resilient number. Life path 3 is typically when they're within family units, they are the people that like the family will throw their burdens on. So they just throw the burden on 3. The 3 will just take it, laugh, and everybody just feels like it's okay. And even though the person that's life path 3, they're a boy, girl, man, and woman, they might be stressing out, but nobody understands that they are because they don't really show it. And then you get this attitude number of 8 that makes them seem even more cold, cynical, like they don't really care. And that could be very, very difficult for life path 3s. With the 8 there, I would recommend for life path 3s, use it for business. Because you guys want to be marketing and networking, you're going to have an aura of competence about you when you first meet people that you can use to your advantage. You're going to be thrown off and view you as more powerful than you might very well be at that moment. So you can use that to your advantage to actually get ahead in life, and then you can get ahead in your music, writing, journalism, whatever you choose to do. There's 64 different arts. You guys are probably going to master one and end up becoming famous for it. So use that attitude number of 8 to introduce you to those powerful people. That's going to get you in the right room and get you in the right situation. For life path 4 and life path number 22, this just works perfect. You get the attitude number of 8 with life path 4. They work perfect together. They're both dark energy. Rahu or Uranus is a dark energy. Saturn, I don't really need too much explanation. Like, they just work so well together that this is just going to be an aura of competence to the attitude number. And then somebody who's highly organized, meticulous, and needs everything put in place, that 4s they're great for it. They're perfectionists. They're all about their business. They probably want to have that aura anyway. So if you have an attitude number of 8 and you're a life path 4, don't worry about it. You probably don't even need to watch this video, just because everything will work out very well for you. Your aura is going to match up and actually amplify your life path in a better way. With life path number 22, you guys are definitely very big visionaries. You guys do have that double lunar energy, but it is mitigated by Rahu or Uranus there. It is crushed, and it's more so about being pragmatic and just understanding and learning through experience. The attitude number of 8 will actually protect you from people thinking that they could take advantage of you, and it will just keep you very, very strong, amplify that energy as well. Moving on to the life path number of 5. We get life path 5 with attitude number 8. This is great as well. The life path 5 is usually the daredevil, adventurous person, likes to travel, whole host of things. They make a lot of money. Most billionaires are life path 5s. And then you get somebody with the attitude number of 8. It works very well because it just makes, even though 5s are governed by Mercury, can seem somewhat scattered, you get the 8, Saturn with that will ground their energy and also make them seem more focused, more alert, and more competent. So it works very well. For life path 6 or life path 33, this is very, very, very powerful. Reason being, anytime you get a conjunction between Venus, which is what governs the 6, and then Saturn, which is of course what governs attitude number 8, they become very unstoppable. The reason being, Saturn is all about balance and order, and Venus represents the same sort of things, but it has a lot of love for like cosmetology, beauty, decoration, luxury. The 8 loves that stuff too. So the thing about it is, the 8 attitude number is going to make you appear to be somebody who's very hardworking, whereas the life path 6 is going to give you that sort of smooth sort of life where you're still getting what you want, but on the outside, when people first meet you, they understand that you're a serious person. So you'll be taken seriously, you will not be taken advantage of, and your aura actually is like a shield for you, it protects you. For the 33s, this could be a little bit different. I know you guys are more soft, you guys want to be more of the master teacher, you guys want to inspire the masses, and the attitude number of 8 may come across as cold or a bit too cynical for what you're trying to express in your reality. So what you need to focus on is making sure, like I said with the 3s, and then 2s as well, just being a little bit more vulnerable, understanding that people may view you a certain way that you are not, and just making sure that once you have that openness, that you can actually trust the people you're being open with. Because the 8 is like a shield. When you have it as an attitude number, it's very much like a shield. It's going to protect you from a lot of the crap that people will put out against you, and it's actually going to shield you from that and make sure that people don't feel like they can mess with you. So if you're going to choose to open up and let people believe that you're not really like that 8, just make sure you're doing it with people that you can actually trust. For life path 7, very spiritual reserve number, works as a shield for you guys as well. The 8 just brings more seriousness to us. This is probably the most serious combination. When you get 7, which is already a solitude, very persevering number that wants to more so detach from the material realm and go into the spiritual world. And then you get the number 8 that's very materialistic, but yet balanced, disciplined, and a lot of wisdom and mental fortitude. This just makes a very serious person on the outskirts, and they're already very serious on the inside, so it works perfectly. 8 with 8, I don't really need to explain. It's obviously just going to match up perfectly. That's the best combination you could have. And then you get the life path 9 with 8, which is the same kind of thing. Everybody in the Heavenly Triad, I must say, very nice people. Life path 3, 6s, and 9s tend to be very nice, open. They tend to get taken advantage of by people who are wolves, or who don't really appreciate the good that they're bringing to our reality. And when you have the attitude number of 8, this can still at least protect you in a certain sense, and at least make sure people don't feel like they can do that. A lot of your ideologies and you guys' view on the world will probably be unorthodox and in a way in which you want to save the world. But that attitude number of 8 is going to, for one, help you sell your idea, and for two, help keep you safe against people that want to actually sabotage your ideas. So just make sure you understand that and you use it to your advantage, and you guys will be completely fine. That's the cheat code. But aside from that, that should conclude my summary for attitude number of 8. If you guys do have any questions whatsoever, just please leave it in the comments for me. Aside from that, guys, please like, subscribe. All that's it for today, guys. Peace.